The Parable of the Sower, based on Matthew chapter 13. Have you ever planted seeds in a garden? Did you notice that some seeds grow well and strong, and others struggle? One day, Jesus told a story about that. Let's see what he had to say. A farmer, Jesus said, went out to sow some seeds. He walked out into his field and scattered seeds everywhere. Then he went home and waited for the seeds to grow. Some of the seeds fell onto a hard path. They didn't have a chance to grow because the birds came and ate them up. Some other seeds fell onto rocky ground. They started to grow, but then the sun came out and the plants dried up and died because they had not put down deep roots. Some other seeds fell among weeds. They also started to grow, but the weeds grew up faster around them and crowded out the farmer's seeds. But some seeds fell into rich, good soil. These seeds put down deep roots and they began to grow tall and strong above the ground. They grew and grew and grew until they produced lots of grain. Jesus' friends who heard the story were puzzled. What does the story mean? They asked Jesus. The seeds in the story, Jesus explained, is the message of God's love. God is the sower. He joyfully plants seeds of love everywhere you can look. You are like the soil. Sometimes you're like the hard ground. You're not ready to hear about God's love. But don't worry, God still loves you and God keeps on planting. Other times, you're like the rocky soil. God's message of love starts growing in you, but life gets hard and God's love seems far away. But don't worry, God still loves you and God keeps on planting. Sometimes you're like the seeds among the weeds. God's message of love starts growing in you, but worries come along and they crowd out God's love. And God's love seems to disappear. Don't worry. God loves you and God keeps on planting. Sometimes you are ready to hear all about God's love. The message of love grows deep down inside of you and grows and grows. Then other people see God's love in you too. When that happens, God is happy and God keeps on planting. Why do you think Jesus told this story to his friends? Look out a window or take a walk outdoors. What plants do you see? Where are they growing? And how are they growing? How is God's message of love in you? What do you need to do to keep that message of love growing? This story text is adapted from Growing in God's Love, a Story Bible, edited by Elizabeth F. Caldwell and Carol A. Wareheim.